Day 4 and we've arrived into one of our absolute favourite ports in Norway, Olden. Nestled at the end of Nordfjord, this little village has a backdrop of towering mountains, waterfalls and that still glassy water that the fjords are famous for. We have been here before, but every time we dock it just takes our breath away. Today we've got an action-packed itinerary with Olden Active, kayaking in the morning and then a rib ride in the afternoon. We got off the ship as soon as we could to make the most of the day. The port is really well set up. Literally just a few steps on the gangway you'll find the excursion tents for both Olden Active and Olden Adventure. You can book on the day, but we'd recommend reserving ahead of time if there's something you really want to do. First up, kayaking. We were greeted by Patrick from Olden Active, who gave us a warm welcome and got us kitted out in our dry suits. These keep you warm and dry even if the weather's a bit on the drizzly side, which, let's be honest, can happen in Norway. After a short safety briefing, we climbed into our tandem kayaks and set off into Nordfjord. The water was perfectly still, and seeing Britannia slowly disappear into the distance was magical. As we paddled, Patrick told us local stories, from Viking legends about Mount Hooven to the 1936 Olden tsunami that tragically destroyed much of the village. The mist hanging over the mountains made it all feel really atmospheric. Kayaking with Olden Active costs around £72 per person at the time of filming, and honestly, for the experience you get, we think it's great value. You can reserve your spot in advance directly at oldenactive.com, which is what we'd recommend to make sure you don't miss out, as spaces are limited and it's a popular excursion.
Olden Active are a great alternative to cruise line excursions, offering everything from biking to rib tours. They also run Mølla Gjestehus, where we had a delicious chicken burger and club sandwich for lunch. Next up was a high-speed rib tour with Olden Active, available for around £68 per person. Just head right after disembarking to find them, where you'll get kitted out in a floating suit, gloves, goggles and a life vest for the ride. We started off cruising slowly past P&O Britannia. Then the skipper opened up the throttle, and before we knew it, we were bouncing across the fjord with some sharp turns for extra fun. Our first stop was the Agjeld waterfall. It's huge, plunging straight down the mountain into the fjord. Next, we visited the site of a recent landslide. You can still see the scar running down the mountainside, a stark reminder of the raw power of nature here. Our third stop was a hidden waterfall, tucked away out of sight unless you're at exactly the right angle in the fjord. It was stunning. After our final stop in Loen, it was a quick blast back to the dock, hearts still racing and smiles on our faces. It's an incredible way to see more of Nordfjord. Before heading back on board, we made one last stop to try the local dark lager, which was rich and full of flavour. And also to check out this specially commissioned handcrafted tabletop of P&O Iona. It's such a unique piece, amazing attention to detail, and a nice little nod to the local connection with cruising.
Olden Sailaway is always special. Even with a drizzle and a late departure, locals came out with flags and music to wave us off. It's such a warm, memorable touch. That evening we had a last minute booking at the beach house. It was around a £10 per person cover charge for 3 courses, with a few premium dishes costing a little extra. For starters we had sweet potato and mozzarella crispy skins, and island spice chicken wings. Mains were sizzling Mexican fajitas, Dan's with halloumi, and mine with peppered steak with a £2.50 surcharge. Both were fantastic. For dessert, Dan had the coconut and chocolate budino, and I had the banana split. Both perfect after such a full-on day.
We headed up to the sunset bar to watch the fjords slip by. Those towering cliffs, tumbling waterfalls, and that still water. There's nowhere quite like Norway. Thanks for joining us for day 4 in Olden of our P&O Britannia Norwegian Fjords cruise. If you enjoyed this vlog, give it a like, subscribe for the rest of the series, and drop us a comment. We'd love to know your favourite fjord port. We'll see you in the next one, but for now we'll leave you with these final fjord moments.